Hello, I'm the Cinema Fanatic, and tonight we are going to be looking at another Turkish film. It's been a while since I reviewed a film from Turkey, and the one I'm reviewing tonight is a doozy. Also, before I start the review, I want to say please ignore the partially cut off watermark that you see in the corner, as I am shooting this guerrilla style off of the TV. So without further ado, let us watch the 1986 film, Ramo. Ramo is an action thriller melodrama directed by Mehmet Alemdar, who is most famous for directing the Turkish Psycho remake Let's Say It's Fate. This film stars Sönmez Yılmaz and Kazım Kartal. The plot is really difficult to deduce due to the limited info on the movie, so I'm going strictly by what I've seen. As a child, Ramo sees his parents murdered by Kazım Kartal and swears vengeance. Later, Ramo is discovered in the wilderness by a man who takes him under his wing. When Ramo grows up, he expresses his romantic interest in his stepsister, I think. Later, it is discovered that a family friend has married into Kazım Kartal's family, and Ramo, seeing Kartal's face, seeks vengeance, I think. This leads to a finale where we finally see Ramo in the familiar Rambo getup. As I stated, the plot is up in the air, so I will not be focusing on that. Instead, I'll focus on everything else, because, oh boy, this is rough. Of all the Turkish films I've seen, this is the most, I would say, flawed. Production-wise, at least. You would be justified in believing that this was made by a filmmaker just starting out, because director Mehmet Alemdar makes several glaring mistakes. But no, Alemdar had been working on and off as a producer and director for at least 14 years, and his previous film, Yaranamadim, is a million times better. Just check out some of these mistakes. First off, the photography is terrible. Shots are out of focus, and important information happens off-screen because the camera is focused on something irrelevant. Note this part where Ramo is knocked out. See how we focus on the thug? Ramo is rendered unconscious off-screen. The editing is pretty bad too. Jump cuts are noticeable in a single shot. Millisecond clips appear out of order, and the continuity is all over the place. Notice how it goes from snowy to green within a single cut. Plus, the biggest sin this film commits is in its advertising. This poster lied to me. This only happens during the last 5 minutes of screen time. There are a few more action scenes, plus a torture scene, but the majority of the movie is a melodrama. Not to say that there is anything wrong with a melodrama having some action scenes in it, just don't advertise it as a balls-to-the-wall action film when that barely happens. Also, as a side note, this isn't the only film to have the Ramo name. There's another one also starring Sönmez Yılmaz, and I'm not sure who directed it, but it looks like it was also directed by Alemdar. But I can't be certain. So, I can't recommend this one. But the last 5 minutes are a hoot and a holler, so check that portion out. But be warned, there is some real animal abuse in this film. A dog gets chucked for real. I'm the Cinema Fanatic. I'll see you next time.